Hello, today we are just doing a JUNO probe in stock KSP, and it's 1.1.2, but I installed the 1.1.3 patch, and it's not saying that on the load up screen. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or not, but it just keeps, but on the start screen it keeps saying 1.1.2, but yeah, whatever, close enough, right? Anyway, so right now I'm just getting the Jewel because this is not real Soul System. This is just stock, as I said. I do have the Kerbal operating system, like the KOS mod installed, but I didn't use that at all. I only used one part for that, and that just for aesthetic feel. Anyway, so I'm just getting the planets lineup right now, and this is at 4x speed. And here, I kind of, I got distracted by the what's it called? By the new ship, by the new ship. Sorry, I totally forgot the name, but I totally got distracted by the new ships because yeah, I just haven't checked them out at all. Anyway, so now we're actually launching it, and I did some math, and I thought that I would have enough thrust with these two little swivel engines, and I really didn't. I mean, I had some thrust, but I think that was mostly just the I think that was mostly just the solid rocket boosters, and you see there you got a little glimpse of the Juno probe, but you all know what it looks like, and it's probably pretty much just put some batteries and science parts on there for the aesthetic feels. The battery actually just looked like cameras because I put them a little bit inside and made them look like cameras. If you look at the Juno cam on the if you look at pictures of a Juno cam, like on the actual Juno probe, you'll see what I was going for there. I just put a bunch of random stuff on there and some antennas and stuff, but the main satellite dish I just made out of an adapter and some structural parts. And I was having a problem with how much gimbling these had because I would do it. I would like push the button and it would move too much, and it didn't even cross my mind to do the to press caps lock and do like the softer steering, whatever. But anyway, I think if I turned that down in the beginning, I could have gotten a better launch. I could have gotten a better what's it called? A better gravity turn, or I don't know where I'm trying to go here. But yeah, you see this, and you can see the probe a little bit. You can see the probe a little bit, and my periapse never really gets above 67. Like my apoapse gets up there. I think it gets up to 81 or 82 actually. And the end result. So I get into low orbit, but the periapse is still a little bit inside the atmosphere. But that really doesn't seem to do much since it's only 3 kilometers inside, and it really I didn't even have to go around the full orbit anyway to get my maneuver node set up. So you see here I'm being very stupid, and I didn't notice my apoapse was behind me, which is not usually good, but you see it gets 67 kilometers right there on my periapse, which isn't really that good at all. But you see here, I just get my maneuver node set up, and I spent a long time on this. I probably spent 10. I don't know. You can see up there in the corner how long I spent on it. I've already spent about 2 minutes on it. Just right now, I've already spent about 2 minutes on it. So I spent a lot of time fidgeting with this. Recalculating it and everything, just getting everything all perfect. And like I said, this is stock, so I'm not using any mods to do this at all. But anyway, I have the not like the MechJeb maneuver node planner thing. Nope, not using that. It's very it's not too difficult. I've gotten used to it, but I started trying to get an encounter with the moon, but then I realized I wouldn't be able to see how that would go because it only shows you 3 sections of orbit, so it'll only show me the Earth like orbit, then the moon orbit, then the Earth again. So look for the maneuver node. So yeah, there's that. But when I really didn't have unlimited fuel, I probably actually could have gotten this done, like really efficiently because I made this rocket look like the original rocket design, like the Atlas V design. And you see I get an encounter, and I redo my maneuver node to get my encounter. And at first I was trying to get closer, but then at the moment I wasn't thinking at all, and I was just thinking, I want to get as close as possible. Because like I'm thinking about going to the moon, you want to land, and I'm not trying to land on this obviously, and I just think it didn't even cross my mind that I want to be as far away as possible because that way I'll be moving the slowest. But it didn't really seem to matter. This stage really it got me into orbit, and it's gonna get me into it's gonna get me to Joule. So it didn't. It at first I was kind of skeptical, but then I was like, okay, well whatever, I'll just do this. And so I actually overshoot a little bit. I was only looking at the numbers. I wasn't at all looking at my real orbit. So then once I get past here, I wasn't looking at my orbit at all. I don't know what I was looking at. And then I realized, oh no, I didn't get the encounter. So then I burnt off the rest of my fuel, like, oh, might as well, right? And then I didn't realize that I had so much fuel I could have gone to Elu. I could have gone to Elu, but then I had to turn on infinite fuel for a little bit. So I think I would have been able to get that because I had quite a bit of fuel left. So I think I would have been able to slow down enough to get into an orbit. But like I said, I got a bit too close. I mean, I was still pretty far away, but I think I could have been a bit farther away. But yeah, it doesn't really seem to matter too much. It goes well in the end. And you see here, I actually I start orientating it so that way it gets power. And I know that's not going to last because I'm going to be about the quarter of the way. I'm going to be turned about 90 degrees by the time I get to Joule. So, yeah, I never really gave you guys a full look at the JUNO probe. I will in a little bit in this video because this is like a post-recording apocalyptic event or something like that. So, yeah, I'm looking at my audio recorder here and I'm getting some spikes on my audio, so hope that's not too bad. Getting to -6 decibels, and usually I like to keep it at -12. Whatever, I'm getting off track here. Yeah, you can see what I'm showing you. Like the batteries kind of look like the cameras a little bit. I have some Geiger counter stuff, some accelerometers, basically just anything. That's the one part that's not stock. That's just a little piece of KOS. I just put that on there. It looks like some of the scientific instruments. You see I have a little solar panel on there that again looks like some of the scientific instruments that it has. But it's mainly just I needed a solar panel on there because I knew I wouldn't have because I didn't think I would have my I just put it on there. I was thinking, okay, well I'm not gonna have my solar panels open the entire time. But then I kind of forgot. Oh wait, I am gonna have my solar panels open the entire time, so that was kind of useless. But you see here now I'm in Joule. Now I'm just looking at my Joule thing, and then I get here and I was just planning on I was originally planning on just doing getting there and winging it, but I decided to actually slow down time, get a maneuver node set, and do that. And I made sure that it had as little velocity as possible. So yeah, I actually completely fluked out on this and put the maneuver node in just the right position to where I could only lose I only had maybe 1 or 2 meters per second difference if I moved it at all. So I mean the position of the maneuver node in orbit. I tried moving it here. I slowed it down a little bit, and then you'll actually see me move it. I slowed it down a little bit, and I'm like, yes, I slowed down a little bit, and I started moving it, and then I realized, oh well, whatever, it's fine here. I only had to do about 1 kilometer in reverse, so 1 kilometer per second. So yeah, you see me move it a little bit there, and I couldn't move it at all. This is pretty much the best spot to do it. So I get here and I wait and I wait and I wait, and then I was probably waiting for so long, and I've been doing this for. I time warped quite a bit of this, but it's been a bit longer than its actual mission date, I guess. I mean, I get this is slightly different than the actual mission. The actual mission had it go in a 2-year orbit around the sun and then come back to Earth and get a gravity assist and then fly off to Jupiter. I didn't want to have to deal with that, and I don't think I would have had enough fuel. But I didn't want to have to deal with that. So yeah, I kind of just went straight to JUNO, and this is actually my first time I've ever done an interplanetary mission in Kerbal Space Program with mods or not. I mean, I've done like hyper edit and what's it called? And I've done, like I've gotten one like fuel tank or an engine, I've gotten like one engine and just like put on infinite fuel and then just did all, and then went there, but it never really worked out. So this is my first time trying it, like, ever. There's no like outtakes or whatever, so I did this all just in one thing. The original video was about an hour long, so I had it there for about an hour. So you see, it's 3 years, so this is not entirely accurate because it just got there actually 2 days ago on the 4th of July, and you see, I'm just trying to get it all nice and set up. I got within 0.1 meters per second, I think. And again, I didn't waste any fuel. I got this like perfectly set up, and I was trying to get it to where my orbit would actually be more closely lined up to what the original JUNO mission is, where it's like near the polars. And I really I tried doing this, and I just eventually just decided not to, just to bring my orbit in and then do that. So I brought my orbit in a little bit, and then you see I'm actually turning this a little bit. I'm trying to turn it, you see, but it's not working out too well. So I do get it turned later, but yeah. It took about 5 years actually for the probe to get to Jupiter, and it's only taken 3 here. But that's pretty accurate, because if I did the gravity assist, it would have taken an extra 2 years. So this is like accurate-ish. I probably actually could have saved a bunch of fuel if I did the gravity assist, but it would have taken too much time and effort, and I really didn't want to do that. And you see, I'm getting some encounters with the moons. I don't want to do that because, JUNO, so now here I get that all set up. And I'm trying to get this thing all set up, and I do get it set up, but it's not perfectly over the poles. And you see, something funny I realized is that when I actually get this orbit, ELU comes close enough to where this orbit that I have right now, I'm not like 100% sure of this, but I think I could actually, if I like had this in like the apoapse just a little bit down near further towards the South Pole, and I actually would have gotten to ELU. I have no idea how big ELU is. I've never been there before. Yeah. You see, I overshoot a little bit, but who really cares? This is incredibly fuel efficient. I have 4 Oscar Bs, that one circular one, and then one of those half, those little white ones that you get when you first get the fuel tank. There's like half of it. I have one of those. I have those tucked up inside of the space probe. I have the circular one on the outside, but I tried to make it look as close as possible to the actual probe, and the rocket that I launched it on, I tried to make it look as close as possible to the original Delta V, or Delta 5, no, Atlas 5, sorry, Atlas 5 rocket. And I think I made it to scale actually, because it went to Jupiter and I went to Jupiter, so I think I made it to a bit, maybe it's a bit different. You can look up a picture of it and look at mine, and I'll probably put a little picture in the end of the two side by side. So yeah, and this is coming to an end, and you see 5 years. So I actually should have left it a little bit more time, so I'd start throwing it in. I actually should have left it about a year more, because it's going to orbit for another 1.5 years, and it's already been a little bit more than half a year already. So I was thinking, okay, well, I've been here in this orbit for about a year, actually more about 2 years, but anyway, so it starts, and I gotta get some crazy long distances, so I think I get into the trillions on the meter, which is only 1 billion kilometers, so it's pretty crazy. So yeah, yeah, so thank you guys for watching. See you later.